Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web. It's smartwatchticks.com. Today, the flagship Vibe 6 is right here, ready for us to look at. And they got some of the best description of the highlights right on the box, so let's just flash real quickly. Standalone music player. You don't see that often in a smartwatch. Means it's got to have a speaker in it, right? Receive and make phone calls. Bluetooth connection. Means it's got a microphone as well. You got a heart rate sensor, sleep tracking, 10 different professional sports modes, smart notifications, of course, tethered to your phone, battery life, yes, tongue-tied there, and a waterproof design. That's the highlights. Let's take a look at it. When we open it up, you see that's just a sleeve, and there is the watch. Now, a little bit more specifics for you. There's a couple of resources for you to get this one. This is coming from Banggood. Check the price. I know I can get you a better price than that. We should have discount coupon information. Or you can jump on over to AliExpress and go directly to the Zeblaze official store, where they're offering an insane price. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but if it's still within the window, that's a good price to pick this thing up for. Even that one's a good price. Anyway, we also have it from the official Zeblaze store. Again, the link in the show notes. Now, I gave you the highlights. Let's give you the specs. All in all, we're talking 25-day battery life with this one. It's using Bluetooth 5.0 for tethering to the app and 3.0 for your phone calls and such. It's going to tether to the H-band app. We love that one. We talk about it a lot. Here's the different languages. It's an IP67 watch with all this support. Again, they're highlighting that you can make and receive calls, and it has a standalone music player. So we definitely want to check those out. 1.3-inch IPS screen, 240 by 240, pretty standard, and the overall rest of the specs. So in the box, we have the watch by itself, sitting here with a very nice rubberized, very, very, very flexible band. Should be a fun one to wear. Quick release, so you can put whatever band you want. Heart rate diodes, charging, 2 buttons, a little cover on the screen that says, please check the user's manual and charge before you use it, which is always a good idea. We dive into here to find the charging cable, I'm sure. Yep, there you go. This is a T-type. We've seen that on a few different watches. 4 pins, connects there. Why 4? Possibly because you're going to be able to transfer music into the watch, because it must have some memory for that, right? And that's how you'd probably do that, is to hook it up to your computer or something to transfer it. And then the user's manual. Get ready for this one. I already peeked at it, and whoa, it's a busy one. And it's also in multiple languages. So we're going to have a bit of a time going through this one. Is that legible? If you zoom in, can you see it? Because I'd really like to do it this way. You'll see that there's a section that's English, and then there's a few other languages, and there's the main header, and the first part is English, how to use. Okay, and it goes through this whole thing this way. It's going to be scrollable, so it's not just a single point touch type of a watch. We've seen that in a couple of the different vibes that have come out. There's so many vibes out, I tell you, and they're all unique and different. This being their flagship, they're calling it the Vibe 6 with Bluetooth calling. That's going to be fun. Here's the QR code that you can scan if you want to download the H-band app, or of course you can use the link in the show notes. That'll take you to the Google Play Store to do that. Yeah, this is quite the manual. We do page through these manuals on every review simply because there's generally no other place you can find them. There's too many watches coming out too quickly, and there's no website presence that I know of where they do PDFs of this. And if you lose your manual, well, you're kind of out of luck. So that's why we go through this portion. You, of course, can zoom through it if you want to, because you're on YouTube. We're almost done. A few more bits of information. Wow. Okay. It's showing you a little bit of each of the screens. Now, I want to start telling you a little bit about what you're going to encounter here in a second with this watch. I'm not a big fan of a watch that you open the box, you take it out, you turn it on, and you can't even get to the time until you tether to something, the watch, your phone, an app. And that's one of the things we're seeing with this one. I initially tried to turn it on and just look at what it looked like and play with the watch faces, and I couldn't do it. And I'm about to show you what happens. So you're going to really want to pay attention as we get into running this thing. Okay, here it is. It is all charged up. When I turn it on and I press and hold, you're going to be confronted with a choice of languages. Now, you saw in the specs there was a whole bunch of languages listed. Here, I basically have two, Chinese or English. So I'm going to take English, or it's going to take me, and it talks about pairing instructions to turn on the phone's Bluetooth connection. And you're going to need to go through and allow the connection in order to make calls. And, whoops, I go into here and it shows you a method to turn Bluetooth on, and you're going to look for this watch. And then I get to here, and it says it's broadcasting. And I can't go anywhere else. I can't go back. I literally, that's it. That's all you can do with this watch. So unless you have your phone ready, and unless you're ready to pair it for Bluetooth calling, you cannot use it as a watch. So we got to go and get the phone and pair it. Now, of course, I got a billion things here. Here we go. I've got a Vibe 6 and a Vibe 6M. Now, I presume one is for calling and one is for music. Let's take the Vibe 6. Oh, it said it wanted Vibe 6M. All right. Well, let's, there's Vibe 6M. Let's take Vibe 6M. Okay, it says pairing. I'm going to allow access to my contacts. Why not? I'm going to say pair. And with any luck, because this is broadcasting, and we did see it over here. There we go, I guess. 5-6M. Pairing succeeded, and now we're here. Now it goes to the part 2. It says you need to scan the code on your mobile phone, download H-band, and connects to that. Here's the code that you could scan to get it. It turns out that on my phone, I already have, let's get it all set up here. There we go. There's H-band in the Google Play Store. And so I already have it here. So I can go on from here, giving me my device information. I'm going to open up the H-band app. And first time we're doing this, so okay, going to bail out of here. I guess we're going to try to connect. Allow access. And it should scan for my devices. And we're looking for Vibe 6, and there it is, but it's jumping around. It's the closest to me. And so now, we've activated it. Finally, I get to a watch face. And this is something you say if you're logged in and you change devices, it'll do that. Now it's reading the data from the watch, which there shouldn't be really any, but we get the first page on the H-band app. And we'll set that aside because all I wanted to do was show you the time of day. Oh, here it is. Double pairing required on the Vibe 6 in order to even get into the watch. But the good news is, if you get to the watch face, you're all wired up for everything, music and voice on phone calls, as well as tethering on the app. Swipe down. Here we go. You got a do not disturb. Oh no, that's the find the phone. I see that little vibration thing, but that means make noise. Okay, so, and you just heard it. There is device broadcasting. So if I were going to try to pair again, it's turning that on. Different icons, I don't recognize them. Alarm clocks, do not disturb mode, which you don't want to turn on because that might break all my Bluetooth connections. Information, this is it, the Vibe 6, the version information on it. And we have basic time, battery, power, connectivity, date, all of that stuff there. And nothing more when you swipe down. left, right, or up. So there's only that one page there. Go this way or go this way, and it looks like we're going to loop around. No data. Check the button below. Click the button below to measure. All right, and it's measuring something. Let's put it on the fleshy part of my hand just to see. That looks like a thermometer to me, but I'm not sure if we're going to get temperature or blood pressure or heart rate. Well, it's only going to take a little bit longer to get there. While it's doing that, notice that we've got almost an edge-to-edge screen on it with the blue circle. There's a little bit of subdued writing around the inner part of the bezel, and then it lifts up to this larger bezel here with the two buttons on the side. Looks like a blood pressure reading to me. Yeah, 133/89. Come over here, we're getting heart rate, doing the same thing. Now, it looks like we're going to have a continuous chart type of heart rate here. You're going to get the current reading, probably your high and your low, and or average, and your last reading will go there. Okay, we got 93, and it's good, big, bright digits. Everything's checking nicely on this watch. So we'll have to see what happens over time if it accumulates heart rate and creates a chart out of this. But there's the basic information, and it's still doing its thing. Here's last night's sleep time. If you sleep with it, you'll get out filled out. And here's your step count, distance traveled, calories burned. And now we're back, circled all the way around to here. Come up, and we're into this music player. Tips, no music files. So we go in here. Wow, look at this. We have settings for watch, phone, and earphones. So you can play through the watch, the phone, or earphones. Wow, interesting. No music files. We've got to add music files. So I got to put that on the watch too and then continue with the review. And that's what it wants to do before we do anything else. And I can't go anywhere else this way. So we've gone that way and looped all the way around. I don't know where our app drawer is to make phone calls and stuff like that. Got to learn a little bit more. I'm going to read the manual. I'll be right back. Okay, got it. But first, I want to show you this really cool watch face I discovered. We're going to look at all of the apps in just a moment, and they are here. They're just hiding from us. Active button? You betcha. Look at that. Tap it. You go right into the phone pad to make a phone call once your Bluetooth tethered to your phone for calling. And remember, you can't get into the watch until you're Bluetooth tethered for calling and Bluetooth tethered to the app. So this is one of the mini watch faces. Press and hold. No. I got to press off of the button somewhere. And there we go. This is the fourth one. Then you have this really nice one here, really big digits. Another one with digital, and then this combination analog digital that we saw at the beginning. So I'm going to go with that one. I like that one in particular. At night I can just glance at. Oh, and you see how sensitive it is? In the app you can actually adjust the sensitivity. And, of course, you can adjust it for the screen to stay on from 3 seconds to, 30 seconds, I believe. So really lots of flexibility using the H-band app. But now, okay, I got to show you one more thing before I show you all the other apps. I found another spec sheet. Here we go. This is talking about the features. And remember, the two big claims to fame, well, there's three, are Bluetooth calling, a built-in music player, meaning you can load up your songs in this thing and you can actually play your songs. An incredibly long battery life, which I wanted to show you in this one, is 25 days in the basic watch mode, 15 days in basic daily use mode, and 280 minutes for continuous Bluetooth calling if your mother-in-law is on the line, 220 minutes for continuous music playing, and IP67 waterproof. Some of the languages and other things are on this one as well. So just wanted to include that before we get too far into pushing the button. You gotcha. On this one, that turns it on and turns it off, right? But we didn't touch the bottom button. Oh my goodness, Mr. Tix, where is your mind? Sport takes us into a sporting area. Remember, there's no GPS here, but you do have a bunch of different things, including stair steppers, ellipticals, rowing machines. It's basically going to start a process for you. It's going to calculate your calories burned, time, and run your heart rate, and it does give you the time of day on the display. When you're done with all of that, and let's see if I remember how you get out of it. Do we press and hold? No. Do we press up here? No. Do we press down here? No. Do we, I remember I had to do, there we go, we slide to the right from the thing, there, and you hit the stop and you can end the exercise. And of course it didn't save, it wasn't long enough, but that was sports. Then you've got your daily step count, we've seen that before. Sleep time, heart rate, blood pressure are all the ones we've already seen. Call is where you get the dialing pad. Contacts and call log are actually your contacts and your call log made with this Bluetooth to your phone, which we won't go into all my contacts now, but they're there and they're readable. You have notifications pushed from your phone, alarm clock. You have a nice stopwatch on this one, and you've got a countdown stopwatch where you can set hours, minutes, and seconds to go before you run out of time. Look at that, the stopwatch is still running in the background. That's rare to find on a watch. There's the music player. Find your phone's going to send the signal. And if you're female, and I went back and re-registered myself that way and put in a start date for my pseudo period, and it's tracking me. So I'm on the second day of my ovulation period. Can you tell? Touch that and you'll set the phone up if you're tethered to take a picture, and you can use this as a remote trigger. And then in settings you've got your overall brightness, which we're at level 4 now, and we can pop that up to, come on, 12, a reading of 12. Let's get back to the watch face, and there it is at 12, nice and bright. Or, and we're back here. Oh, stopwatch is still going. That's cool. Settings, brightness. Yeah, it won't loop, so I got to go all the way down this way. But 1 is down there, and that's still pretty darn bright for indoors or outdoors. Let's see. Auto lock is 30 seconds. It will go, and then it will lock the watch for you, apparently, and you can adjust that time frame. You have switches for all kinds of good things. Your pulse rate monitoring, blood pressure monitoring, your heart rate alarm, and it will alarm if your heart rate goes too high, disconnection alert, turn your wrist to see the time, and of course a sedentary reminder, and all of that stuff in the H-Brand app is available for you to play with too. Your message settings are here, and you can have it let you know when a call's coming in, SMS, or all kinds of other services if you have these on your phone, as well as other. And when you activate other, that ties into your app, and that ties into everything you've got on your phone that sends out notifications, and you can pick and choose amongst those. We've seen all that in the H-Band app, and in the show notes below, I'll have a link to other videos where we've reviewed the app. And we're not going to get into the details on the app there, but just see that they're integrated together. This is the information on the device, and then you can clear it all, and that's in the settings. And all of that, again, was from here. And here loops us around. Oh, by the way, I've got data. There's a blood pressure reading. Here is a few hours of heart rate, and you see it's developing a chart there. I've got my low and my high, and my last reading are on here. And when I stopped on that page, it started calculating my heart rate again. There's last night's sleep time, which didn't work out for me. There's the current number of steps and whatnot from today's activities. And back here we've got this stuff, and up here we've got your music player. Now let me get into that, because the music player and the calling are kind of intertwined together. I've thrown a few odd songs on the watch just to play around with, and the stopwatch is still going. Can I go up? No, I got to be back on the watch face to come up. Let's listen. Can you hear? It's playing, not terribly loud, but it is there. I should stop the stopwatch so that I can move ahead. There you go. People really complain when I do this. Anyway, so we do have the music player here, and this is playing music on the watch. Or I can switch it and use this as a remote music player to play music on the phone. Or, do you see it down there? Earphone. Yep, you can connect a remote earphone to this puppy. And, have your songs on the watch. Have your earbuds in your ear. Do the stopwatch. Do the running. Do whatever the heck you want to. Not be tethered to your phone in that case. And, be out running around and doing whatever you like to do. Okay, I'm going to stop it. We can see that it definitely works. But if we have it turned off, it's not going to constantly be going back there. And again, for calling, I'm not going to demo a call today. I know, I hear you. You're all disappointed from that. But it does work. I have done calls, and they also are not terribly loud. That's one thing I would really wish. The speakers up here, I really wish it had a louder amplifier in it. And a way that they're squeezing all that extra battery life out of this watch is because they've, I think, really saved energy wherever they can. They don't have a big, strong amplifier to be playing loudly out of the speaker. The Bluetooth tethering for phone calling is basically off unless a call is coming in, and when it is, it takes it a moment. You'll see the hang-up button is right there, but the one beside it to answer the call takes a few moments before it lights up to say, okay, you can answer the call from the watch now. So Bluetooth gets activated somehow remotely to make a connection back to your phone. It's not instantaneous as if Bluetooth were there hovering in the background all the time. And likewise for the music player too, if you're tied into your phone, there's a time delay on that. And that's how they're saving basically a whole lot of energy by having Bluetooth off most of the time and only on when you need it. Okay, I think we just about covered everything. We're on the heart rate. It's a green diode technology. You've seen the charger on it. 2 buttons. Again, you press the bottom button to get into all of the stuff in the app drawer. And if there's anything that you particularly want to use, for example, your contacts to make a phone call, then you can have it set so that when you tap that, you're pretty much right there to do it. I really, really wish when you press this and you get into here that it had the ability to swipe over to your contacts and swipe to your call logs. That's a recommendation for improvement, because I certainly wouldn't want to tap in a phone number each and every time with the convenience of having the button right there. None of these others are touchable, by the way, and they freeze up if you're not using it. So, but the active button is right there, and that's a pretty slick feature for such an inexpensive watch to have screen active watch face on it. This puppy is the Vibe 6, and it's available 2 locations for you in the show notes down below. Check for the link over to Banggood to pick it up, and I should have a good discount price for you. And also, depending on when you're watching this video, it's a heck of a good price because we're coming into the really big buying season, the Black Friday time frame in November when this is being recorded. So the prices are really, really substantial, and you can pick it up directly from the Zeblaze official store. If you want anything, not just this watch, but anything, in time for the holiday season, you got to buy quickly. Middle of November at the latest, I'd say. You wait till Black Friday. Yeah, take a picture like I do and fold this in an envelope and give it to your loved ones saying, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, this is coming soon, it's not here yet. Because with COVID and everything going on, it might be a little slow getting products. It's not the fault of AliExpress or Zeblaze or Banggood. It's the shippers, and we don't have control over that. Once these guys let it go, it's on its own umbilical cord to get to you. So all the complaints I see coming in about how bad these companies are because they don't deliver, it's not their fault. Same thing's happening with Amazon, Walmart, everybody. It's just the way it is in 2020. Okay, gang, that's it. Thanks for watching, and the Vibe 6 new phone calling onboard music player with ability to connect to earbuds, and listen to your music while you're working out is all in this relatively inexpensive watch that's available now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.